Did I ever tell you about my like favorite D&D moment?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
It is possible. It was while I was playing a monk, right?
Hmm.
Does that sound familiar at all?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think, unironically, it was like the first time I played a D&D character, and it was a while ago. Are you there?
So,
Or, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
what's going on? You gasp?
yeah. Mm, my
Oh,
poor garden.
yeah, it's might just barely clip it. I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to clip it, actually. I think it's one block in from the spotted plant.
Yeah. That's kind of hilarious. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
the staircase might actually be able to lead up on top of the bunker, actually. So that might, like, look good, theoretically.
Possibly.
Potentially. Yeah, Nair was the one DMing, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It was like the first time he was doing the DMing thing and whatnot. I think every other time he's done just like module stuff. But it's also extremely, extremely, extremely rare that he ever DMs.
Hmm.
So, you know, I still feel as though I am the forever DM, basically. Which is what it is. So I was playing a monk called like Luthic, and I just had like this backstory. You know, I think it's like the standard fare like backstory, like for a chaotic monk. Just like grew up as like an orphan on the streets or whatever, then was picked up to join the monastery by passing monk, right?
Hmm.
And I was just like, I had this like hard commitment where I was like, I'm not going to kill any characters. I'm going to be the most goody monk there ever was, even though chaotic, right?
Hmm.
But the character also had like lowish intelligence. And not like that low, but lowish, right? Like 9, I think. So
Yikes.
I just kind of like let loose on that front. And other friend that I was playing with, right? His name was Mars Bars. And he is playing a druid. This is why I hate druids. I don't hate him. I don't begrudge him for using the class the way it's designed, but it was like so bullshit. Because there's like this moment where we were like paranoid of people like watching us and tracking us. But instead of like doing like cool stealth stuff, we just saw how the druid worked, and it's like, wow, you can turn into a small lizard and just go around town and no one will bat an eye because you're a small lizard, right? And so, you know, I basically, there's this moment where I was just like basically fucking sitting on my ass while he was doing all the scouting and investigating as a lizard, and there's just no chance of anyone finding him because, you know, like if you saw a gecko on a wall, you're not gonna like give a shit, right?
And they do like if there's like a powerful arcane person, they might be able to notice them or something.
Oh yeah, sure,
No,
but this was
notice.
low level stuff, so it's just like spying on bandits.
Okay.
Just like, you know,
Yeah.
it'd have to be like Fist of the North Star for them to be like, I think that lizard is a druid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So which would be fucking hilarious in and of itself. But he was being his like normal Mars bar self, and like he would kill every enemy, and I would kill like none of the enemies, right? And you know, I was chill with it, yeah, because my character was pacifist, but I was chaotic, and you know, I didn't want to rock the boat or anything like that. I wasn't getting offended that he was doing it. In fact, I was hyped, like, wow, our characters are different, you know. So that part was fun. And eventually, we get into the place, the like base of the bandits, and we're like going through, and that in itself was fun, because like I came up with this plan. I was the planner. You know, I was in the leadership role, as per usual.
Mhm.
it was the backpack strategy, right? He turned into like this like very poisonous snake, and then like got on my back like a backpack, and then he could just lunge out and bite things, but benefit from my speed, and we would be together, so there's no like risk of us splitting up, right?
Right.
So like went crashing through the window, it's doing the monk martial arts and beating up bandits and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually there's like this point where, the battle ends and like we're like walking to the next level. And I think he was like half out of character asking me this, but also like enough in character where I could respond in character. So I just like absolutely went for it. It's like, why aren't you killing these guys? Torm. No, like they're trying to kill us, right? Basically, these guys are like assholes. You should kill them, right? And I just fucking extemporaneously just like pulled out this one-liner. This is like my favorite moment, right? Where I just straight up, no thinking, no preparation, was like, I'm trying to like remember it. I said, I'm only standing here today because of mercy. Mercy, which is free for me to give, but more valuable to them than diamonds. It would be greedy of me not to hand it out.
Damn.
Yeah.
You just pulled it out?
Yeah, I just pulled it out. I didn't like think of this in advance. And he was like so moved. He was like, he stopped killing bandits for the duration of the dungeon.
Damn.
I was fucking pogged.
You were saving lives left and right.
Yeah. I think it's because my character was like kind of like very comedic. A lot of the time that I just like fucking hit like a sack of bricks.
Yeah.
There's a reason I still fucking remember it to this day.
That's a good moment.
It was a good one. It's very dope.
Did you have blocks, by the way?
Do I have blocks?
Do you need more?
Oh, no, I've still got a decent amount.
Shoot. There's another miss yelled. What? Did she
Screamer.
just die? Oh.
To succumb to
Okay.
the spike traps.
I just saw her jumping around and then she just disappeared in the spike traps.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to test out our new theory
Yeah.
and see if it'll
Same.
work.
Can't wait to just like easily destroy this Horde Knight.
Well, I'm not totally convinced, but I hope that is going to be the case.
Yeah, it will be.
Okay. I'm actually slowly running out of shotgun ammo, so...
Oh, weren't you
that's gonna
crafting
be a
like
priority.
10 million of it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not a 10 million, but I am crafting some. I should be okay for a while.
Okay.
But I was surprised that I was running out at all.
Yeah. The Horde Knights, there's just like a fuck ton of zombies that spawn.
Yeah. So, how do you like it when Nair
Nair
DMs?
DMs? It's okay.
Mhm.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. That first time, it was his first time DMing, and so it was a little bit adversarial. I'm not gonna like hold it against him like now. But there was definitely moments that were like complete bullshit, which pissed me off greatly at the time. Like, there's this one dude who, like, I asked, it was like an old, like, friend character of mine in the game, and I just asked Nair straight up, like, I think I roll insight and everything, and I'm like, does this dude look like a fighter? Does he look, combat capable or whatever? And Nair fucking told me he does not look like a fighter, right? And so that was part of the reason I trusted the character a bit. It's like, well, if this guy's like a fucking level 1 loser, right? Then I could just beat the shit out of him, worst case scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then later it's like, no, this guy's a bandit captain stat block. And I'm like, Nair, I fucking asked if this guy looked tough. And he's like, well, he didn't look like a fighter. He's not a fighter. I was like, come on, bro. And it like, especially, like, I brought this up.
Was it like a technicality or?
Yeah, it was a technicality.
Okay.
Just didn't want to reveal it.
Yeah.
And the worst part, the part that I brought up, he had nothing to say because it's too true. He gave the character a feature called like powerful aura or something. And I'm like, dude, powerful aura? I asked about that. Right.
Oh, the same character?
Yeah, the same dude.
Oh no.
Who I'm like, does this person look like a high level, like scary person? It's like, no, he looks like just a normal dude. Has like menacing aura or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro. And later, you know, his later attempts at DMing were less adversarial, right? So it's kosher. It's cool.
Yeah, it's probably just hard to get into it right away, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is I give off the impression that I'm more like rooting against the players adversarial than I actually am. So I think it was like buying the mystique. You know what I mean? Like I'll root for the monsters a little bit, which is probably poor sportsmanship on my part, but you know, it's hard not to because very often the players just like have the advantage, you know. Yeah. I like to root for the underdog. Okay. So he just assumes that like I was genuinely like trying to kill his character. Basically.
Feels bad.
Huh?
It feels bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you get that vibe?
No, it felt like my character was trying to kill itself because it was so weak looking.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny though.
Which part is?
My stupid character.
Oh. Yeah. I liked your character. It's fun. Tied into the universe and stuff well.
I definitely want to like have a way cooler like, setup this time. Like I know a little more now.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. A powerful character.
Well, not necessarily super powerful, just like more. You know, I mean, of course, powerful eventually. Just
well put together.
like a story that I can get into and yeah.
I think it'll be cool.
Yeah. Is this correct? I'm
a little bit paranoid as well. But I think I'm doing it fine.
Oh my god, we made so much progress. This is insane.
Yeah. 100.
It's crazy. Thank you for the help.
Yep. Well, I feel a little bit bad if I was just having to build the entire fucking bunker, you know?
Well, I did want to build a bunker, so it's my fault anyway.
I guess that's fair enough. Well, you helped me out with this. It makes
like 2 blocks.
Well, look, 2 blocks for you is a lot different than 2 blocks for me. Okay. Have to like sit there whacking it for like a whole minute or some shit.
I can help you replace all the little floors.
Yeah, I'll appreciate the help when it comes.
I've been watching so much Critical Role. I'm watching like 2 campaigns at once.
Oh yeah? It's pretty good.
I like know how much they flesh out their characters and get into them. It's really cool.
Yeah. It is fun. It's fun to be invested in character.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, check this out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
just perfectly connects.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Did some fighting, some gardening, all at once.
Oh yeah.
You can't even see it from the inside. That's cool.
Yeah, I was pretty happy when I saw how it turned out. Fuck, did I ever
It was like
bitch?
planned all along.
Yeah,
Did you ever
yeah,
what?
it definitely looks like that. Did I ever bitch about, there's this YouTube video I watched. I know I bitched to either you or Veth about it. Where it was like, I'm not gonna say the channel name because I think they usually put out good stuff and I don't want to be like, you know, Hayden or whatever. But it was this like D&D channel that does like skits and stuff, and they were talking about like worst DM moments ever, like leave the campaign now if the DM does this, right? As one of the skits. But this time the person had gotten like stories from Reddit, you know? And so does this ring any bells?
I don't think we talked. No, I don't.
Okay, perfect. So that video made me so fucking ass mad because the scenarios, I was totally just siding with the DMs like every time. I was like, that's bullshit, video person. You're just not thinking about the rulings, you know? Like there's this there's a few of them that got me. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head. Maybe I can just look through my message history with Beth. I'll do that, just to remind myself. No, I can't find out the search function easily. I'm just gonna
That search function doesn't feel like it does like well.
Dude, it triggers the fuck out of me because half the time when you search it in Discord, even if you remember the exact phrase, it's like no results found, and then you scroll up. I've actually had this where you scroll up and you find the fucking message, and it did have the phrase. It did have the phrase, but it still didn't show it. It's like,
yeah, I think it doesn't really work well, honestly.
True. Very true. That triggers me. So, this other thing that triggers me. So, there's like a number of examples. I think one of them was like this player was basically trying to get like a free surprise hit on this ancient dragon, right? And like everyone, like the ancient dragon was like robbing them, right? And the dude was like, I'll put on this hat and then shoot him with the hat. You know what I mean? And that's the start and stop of it. Like the DM basically sort of allows him to get the first shot, but doesn't allow him a whole round, you know? It's like this great DM sin, according to the video. And like from my perspective, I'm thinking about it because I've had situations in the past where a player has like every single combat tried to get like a freebie first hit in by declaring they attack the enemy, you know? And like you can't have that. That's dumb, right? That's what the initiative system is for. Like if the monster is aware that you want to kill them and are maybe going to try some shit, and you're aware of the same thing, right? It should be initiative, right? Because it's not a surprise. Like the idea of a surprise round is you sneak up on someone who's totally unawares.
Yeah.
Yep. And then one of them was, I should be able to cast 2 leveled spells with action surge. And it's like, that's like technically legal by the rules, but it's against the spirit of the rules. I think the whole like argument. Oh no, here's the one that actually sent me. I remember now. I'm Jimmy Neutroning. Now that I'm like talking about it. Fuck, did you watch that show, by the way?
Oh no, not very much.
Okay, do you know? Okay, so you know it's like his brain blast where he like fucking sits there and thinks and you see like the neurons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one situation that really got me, that was like his like, you should quit the campaign if the DM does this, was this player was invisible, right? They cast invisibility, and then they later, or like a little bit later, started hammering a pin into the wall, right? And the DM ruled that that broke invisibility, right?
Okay.
And the whole argument from the player side was, well, it's not technically an attack, so it should break the invisibility, right? And I think the thing that like really got me was because he's like smug about it or whatever. It's like, this is so fucking stupid, right?
Yeah.
And shit like that. But I don't think it's stupid.
What was the player doing again?
The point of doing what?
What was the player doing? What did you say?
The player was doing some sort of stealth mission, and they like cast the spell invisibility, right?
Yeah.
And the way
they were hammering?
Yeah. They wanted to, like, they heard some guards coming, and they decided they were going to hammer a pin into a wall. And the DM ruled that that broke stealth. And the player was like, that shouldn't break stealth. It's not technically an attack. And it's one of those situations where it's just like a literal reading of the rules versus like reading the spirit of the rule, right?
Well, it should kind of make sense that they should be at least be aware that there's something happening. The guards, like.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't what the player's arguing about. The player's arguing that the hammering shouldn't break the invis, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean... Huh?
Weird?
Yeah. Like, I get both sides of it, Oh, by raw, it doesn't break it. And I think the DM probably should have told him that that would break invisibility, maybe, before he started hammering the pin into the wall, right?
I think that would be fair.
Yeah, though, at the same time, it is sometimes fun on both sides to let players, like, make mistakes, right? But...
Yeah, but if you think about it, like, if you're stealthing, right? You're supposed to be stealthy. If you're hammering something, that doesn't really make you stealthy anymore. That's pretty loud.
Yeah.
So, it would kind of...
Yeah, the person would alert the guards either way. You are correct. By hammering on you.
I feel like sometimes we should have a little bit of common sense.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
That is true, but there is a certain mystique. There's a certain, like, funness to, like, casting a spell and you're not 100% sure what it does. Like, I could see why a DM would be a little bit playful with it,
Oh, man, I remember when I used that stupid horny game? That shit was so funny. Oh,
oh yeah. The horn of Maglubia.
We're all fucking dying, and I use this horn. I'm like, oh my god, this is my last thing. I don't know what the fuck is gonna do, and I just get attacked by like 20.
Yeah, spectral hobgoblins.
And that was horrible.
That was very rough.
It's so chaotic.
It was so truly. Funny. I figured the players would like test it or something, or identify it or something before using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, I tested it.
Yeah, tested in the heat of combat. Yeah, I remember I personally had to like go look up the rules on the one like Dead Hobgoblin's character sheet because it had been so long that I wasn't sure what it did too.
Oh, that's funny.
It was very funny.
Yeah, I didn't really have the concept of like magical items and like what you're supposed to do with them and stuff.
Yeah. No, I think discovering it on the fly is fun, too.
Yeah. I think that's why it's really cool to be a noob in most games that you play. There's just a certain charm that you get from, like, being new that you just don't...
Yeah, the sense of discovery, like, doing things and, like, seeing what happens, right?
Yeah.
It just, like, makes the world feel realer.
It really does.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, they have, like, World of Warcraft Seasons of Discovery is called, like, the new It's basically because everybody just wants to be a noob again, you know?
True.
They all want to experience it.
I remember my first experiences with Minecraft. It's very awesome. Just like being scared by the cave noises and being like, is something coming to kill me? What the fuck was that?
Oh, yeah. I remember hiding all night because I was too scared to go out.
Yeah.
So much fun.
So the crux of the invisibility thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
To like bring away from the wholesome back to the angry, right?
Yes. We wouldn't want to be too wholesome.
True. So the thing with the invisibility is like the invisibility spell breaks if you attack someone or cast a spell, right? So if you punch someone, that breaks it, right? The 2e version of invisibility, which is what all 5e spells are just like a pale echo of, is 2e spells, right? The 2e one was like autistic and had more adjudication over this. Like I think there was I remember fucking Koibu, like he literally said at some point, like if you hit the ground hard enough, your invisibility will break. But I guess, you know, according to the skit person, that would be the worst DM ever. You know? This was 2e rules though, so everything was bullshit in 2e. So, you know, the DM's argument was basically like, if you're hammering a pin into a wall, you're attacking the wall, right? Like you're doing damage to the wall. Because it's a violent process, right?
Right.
And the player was like, by raw, it doesn't. You know, I'm not attacking the wall. I'm not trying to kill the wall, right? And this was what the fucking DM was like, I'm not trying to kill the wall, right? The, like, the video person. And that one got me good.
I don't know, that just doesn't, like, even if the rule says so, like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Look, I get the player being, like, upset, you know, because they thought this thing was going to work, and they feel like the DM shortchanged them or whatever. But, you know, I don't think that's a worst DM ever moment. Worst DM ever moment would be, like, fucking RPG horror stories, like, you know, your character gets raped. That is fucking...
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's just the crazy shit. You know what I mean?
I've been watching so many of those, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm addicted to RPG horror stories.
Yeah. It's funny, the episode of this, like a previous episode, where we were talking about how the one person fell into the crab crack. Because you mentioned that channel, I just called that episode RPG Horror Story.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a good episode title.
Yeah.
Man, fuck, that player was all RPG horror stories. I'm not gonna lie. That first campaign with Nair, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, tell me if I'm talking too much. I'm fine just rambling about shit, but I understand it. I feel like I am talking a lot more. Okay. Just let me know.
Fine.
Okay. So, I was actually initially supposed to be playing with him and not Mars Bars. Mars Bars was like a last minute addition, right? But the original campaign was with person A. Nair was the DM. You know, I was playing the monk. And there was this person who I'm going to call person B, right?
Okay. Oh my god, it's real life RPG horror stories. I love to see this.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, it was all online. Technically. But, so, person A, it was like, kind of like a simp for person B, I will say. Right?
Okay.
And so, like, I mean, like, actually a simp for her, right? So, there, you know, of course, he's like, oh, she should come along and play, right? But I don't know if she was actually in a D&D. It's, like, extremely quiet. Wow. We were playing, because she was in the my first campaign as well, right? And there's this moment in session 0 where, like, Nair wants everyone to do backstories, right? Which I'm cool with, right? And, you know, this person doesn't really care about playing that much and doesn't want to do a backstory, right? I don't know how the fuck person A roped person B into playing when she didn't really want to play that much, you know? But considering they're not, like, dating or anything. And so, the whole time, while, you know, I'm kind of urging person B to, like, come up with something, anything, and be like, I'll help you, right? The whole time, person A is messaging Nair in secret, right? And saying, what are you doing, Nair? Stop trying to make her do a backstory, Nair. She doesn't want to do one. Right? She's not aware of this.
Oh, man.
Right. And then eventually...
Did she kind of just, like, not want to do it, or did she say anything? Or
she does not care that much about D&D. She's just there to hang out. And so she doesn't want to do the backstory stuff, right? She's like, this is bullshit. This is too much work for me. Or something. She's not being very communicative, which is why I think, like, person A, like, roped her in somehow. Or something. So person A is messaging Nair over and over. And Nair starts, like, telling me what is going on. But, you know, he quickly stops because my Discord at that time was making the beeps. And so, like, every once in a while... yeah, every once in a while, a fucking beep would come through. And Nair is like, fucking turn off your beeps, you know? He doesn't want them to know. He doesn't want person A and person B to know that he is telling me what person A is saying to him.
right.
And so he gets this idea. Well, the Discord's beeping, but Roll20 does not beep, right? And so he goes, like, /whisper to me inside Roll20 to talk about that, you know, to, like, send over some of the messages and complain to me. It, like, copies messages from Discord over and pastes it in. But what he doesn't know is that Roll20 is, like, really fucking autistic. And if you put an enter, that counts as a new line of code, right?
Oh, God.
So only the first little bit of it was whispering to GM, right? Or whispering to me. I was not the GM. He was the GM. And the rest of it went into the public chat. And so, you know, there's just the messages of him being like, she doesn't want to write a backstory, Nair. Should stop trying to make her write a backstory. And he goes fucking dead silent after that happens. And, like, Nair is, like, trying to assuage the situation, and the entire time he's just not responding. But he's still in the call. He's just dead silent.
Awkward.
Nair's like, well, okay, this happened, but let's talk about this, and just nothing. And then eventually she's like, I'm gonna leave person B. Right? And then, like, after 5 minutes of silence and Nair trying to get him to say something, fucking person A leaves as well. And so now this is session 0 of the first campaign Nair ever was gonna run. And most of the players fucking imploded because of this one thing. I eventually, like, fixed the situation by, like, roping Mars into it, you know? But that was still, like... He was so fucking mad. He's like, I'm never talking to person A again. This was bullshit, you know? Which, to be fair, I would probably be equally mad if that had happened to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Just destroy the ladder. You could destroy this ladder and then just have this be 2 blocks.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have the room.
Okay.
Or, not room, sorry, time.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, yeah, because it's fucking almost go time.
Yeah, we gotta prepare. I just wanted to kind of give them a little bit of like, hey guys, come this way, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little nudge.
A
But
little
we
bit
can
of,
destroy this later. The
yeah, worst case
the
scenario.
template doesn't have to say or anything.
I get what you mean.
Um,
So yeah, how do you feel about that RPG horror story? How does that rank?
it's fucking horrible, dude. I would die. That's like, I think that's one of my personal nightmares is accidentally sending like a DM talking shit about something to somebody else. I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to see it.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that must have hurt so
It was
bad.
very awkward. Like
Oh, I bet.
I get why person A was mad too, even though he was way out of line. Like, can you imagine like one of
Yeah.
your guy friends
Yeah.
being like, "Mary doesn't want to write a backstory." You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
cringe. That's pretty cringe for him. Oh,
Well, it's just fucking omega cringe all around. You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm taking so much of this now. Let's go.
Yeah,
Weapons. Where's my AK?
yeah, I'm also taking a bunch of ammo.
Oops. Oops.
Yeah, so you'd say that rate pretty bad in the RPG horror story spectrum.
Yeah, that's just super awkward. I would like never talk to anyone again if I did that. I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah,
So embarrassed.
true. Yeah, everyone was rightfully pissed in some ways, right? As could you imagine your first DMing experience and it implodes like that?
Yeah, that sucks.